Statesman Nation, welcome to another season preview as we're sitting down with head men's basketball coach John Henry, getting ready for the 23-24 year. Coach, this one's got a little different feel for sure going into it. Got a lot of new faces, so before we get into all the new faces and what this year has to bring, let's recap last year real quick. Another successful run for the Statesmen, so recap it.
We went 30-4. We won the regular season Hart Championship. We won the postseason conference Hart Championship and went to the Sweet 16 where we lost in overtime in a heartbreaker. Very successful year. Had many seniors and then many departures. I think the total that is left from last year's team is 12 or 13. Which decimates a program and a team. But we're doing our best as a staff and as a team to, keep it going. Yep. I like the direction we're headed. I don't necessarily like where we're at right now.
Well, it's early.
Yeah, but it's a work in progress. You can't possibly lose that many players. I've been very spoiled as the head coach, and I think our fans have been very spoiled in that we always have, a handful or more of returning really good players who are ready to step into roles, bigger roles than maybe they played the year before. We don't have that this year.
Yeah.
Maybe one or two guys, but that's it.
Yeah.
But we're not going to cry in our soup, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna press on, and I hope that our followers, I don't want to say fans, but our followers, our past players, everybody who pays attention to what we do, understand that this will be a work in progress.
Sure. All right, let's talk about the players behind the work in progress. We got a lot of new names, like we said, so however you want to break it down.
I don't really want to bring up a lot of new guys. I'll just say C.J. Washington and Javen Brown are returners that we're counting on. Manny Hammonds and Cam Marshall are both redshirt freshmen that we redshirted last year. But you got to think about that. We're talking about freshmen.
Right.
But CJ and Javen are veterans and have played several years of college basketball. So we'll be leaning on those four a lot. As far as new guys, I would say the headliner's probably Jazz Farrell. And he's a dynamic scorer. He's also the type of guy that one night will have 25 and the next night have like 7,
right.
Because he's still figuring out how we play.
Right.
But I love his talent. He jumps out the gym. He shoots it pretty well. Got a really good attitude. He could be one of the greats that have played here. So we'll see.
For sure.
I'm not going to get into everybody else.
Yeah,
though.
no, because again, there's a lot. I mean,
I don't even know. We play on Friday night our first regular season game, and I'm not even sure what our roster is.
Yeah, it's still a lot of question marks still.
I've never had it like this since maybe the beginning 24 years ago.
Yeah, right. All right. Well, without talking about players, let's talk about the team in regards to style. I mean, it's still going to be William Penn ball.
Yeah,
people aren't going to be surprised on what it looks like.
No, we're not going to change the way we play. And I took a really cool picture the other night of Coach Rufus, Coach McKinstry, Coach Linhart, and Coach Sandquist and me were all at the same gym for the first time ever. And I don't know if that will ever happen again. And the thing that I'm most proud of, not only of just those 4 gentlemen, is that we have sustained how we've played for a long time, and our whole attitude towards what we're trying to do with transition from one guy to the next. And that was a pretty cool moment. But to answer your question, we're going to play fast,
Yeah.
and we're going to play up tempo until we can't.
Right.
I mean, I'm going to do, as the head coach and as a staff, we're going to do what we have to do
Yeah.
to try and be as successful as possible. I would say we're going to play the same way,
Yeah.
at least for now, and then we'll figure it out as we go along.
Exactly. Obviously, there's going to be teams out there that are going to try to slow you down, and then you're just going to have to adjust and you work through it. So, all right, let's break down the schedule a little bit. Obviously, a really short non-conference before you get into the beast that is the heart. Let's talk about the non-conference, beginning with the Governor State Classic this weekend. Teams that you obviously normally wouldn't see. We haven't played East-West ever. I remember looking at the old record books and seeing East-West pop up. And what's this school? That's the first time we played them in forever.
East-West, and if we were to win or lose, it's going to be Erie, because we'll get either IU Kokomo,
Right.
which is Mufasa,
Yeah.
to me, or Governor State,
Yeah.
which is very good.
Yeah.
I mean, all these teams are very athletic, and they're all from that area. It'll be a great challenge, and then we go to Nebraska the following weekend to finish our non-conference schedule, and that'll be even harder. We got four really good non-conference games. Excuse me. Strength of schedule matters a lot now. It really didn't 10, 15 years ago. I mean, we could play, no offense to these people, but Faith Baptist and Oak Hills Christian, and I miss playing them. But again, no offense to them. I mean, we treated them well.
Yeah.
But those were great home games. I
You go deep into the bench and
Right.
give people some breaks, and
And
there's no break once the conference season starts.
These four non-conference games will be. I kind of compare it to back in the day. I remember Keith and Bees just got in the Hall of Fame. Congratulations to them and their families. And I kind of compare it to that season when we went to Northwestern,
Right.
Orange City, and played, I think it was Hastings and Northwestern. And then we went to Morningside and Bellevue and Jamestown, and we really ran that team through the ringer. I'm hoping that this experience for this team, although I don't think there's two Hall of Famers on this team.
You never know.
Hey, maybe something happens. But this is as hard as a schedule as that was.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
we'll see how it
unfortunately,
goes.
you get so few opportunities. Like you said, you gotta work on that schedule.
Did we get ranked 19th today?
19th.
2013, we were 19 to start the season.
There you go.
It's a stat that I've been telling my staff all day, and I don't. I'm going to leave that alone.
It's an interesting coincidence.
I've always wanted to. No, not the coincidence.
Oh, okay, sorry.
The actual ranking.
Oh, okay.
I've always said when we're overrated, that's quite a accomplishment, and I'm happy for this team this year to be to be ranked 19th.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
There you go. All right, let's talk about the conference then. You've got the likes of, well, it's the first time in a while we haven't been ranked number one in the conference, and for all the reasons we've already talked about. But Mid-American Nazarene preseason pick, and you've got the likes of Baker, who has given us fits in the past, and a lot of other teams behind us. Central Methodist, Benedictine's going to be there,
Peru.
etc. Peru. I mean, yeah, exactly, Peru.
Yeah,
It's so deep. Yeah.
There are no bad teams in our league. I mean, every night is. I mean, no matter where you're playing, I like our chances a lot when we're playing at home, but on the road, man, I mean, there is no gimme.
No, everybody's gunning for us. I mean, it doesn't matter if we don't have all the returners. there's still going to be that mentality. We got to beat William Penn.
When I get mad in practice this year, and I've been mad a lot in practice, I say things like, "You do realize everyone's going to rush the court on us,
right?
If we don't get our stuff together." And I'm just trying to get this particular team to understand that, everybody thinks we're taking a couple of steps back, and they're going to very much enjoy that if we do.
Right.
So, it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Either way, it'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be a new challenge for sure. Let's talk about just putting a bow on the whole thing. I'm sure you could talk about this answer for an hour, but what's it going to take for the team to be successful in your guys' eyes this year?
I've had that question a lot, Wade. I don't believe. I'm not saying that I don't believe in this team. Okay.
Yeah, right.
I don't want to. I feel like I've already sent off a negative vibe.
No, not at all. It's just there's a lot of unknowns.
I am enjoying what we're doing. I want to make sure that gets across. However, we just went 116-11 in 4 years. Those expectations might be a little high. To go 30-4 or 34-2, or whatever we've done in the past 4 years. This might be a little more of a project than the product that we had for a long time. And I think it'll be a very rootable group. I think that our fan base that is devoted and has watched a lot of games, your wife and kids included, they've seen more basketball games than they even need to have seen. But I think that the people who know what we're always trying to do will enjoy this team. Now, will the scoreboard always say it? I don't know. But we're going to be battling every day, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. New challenge.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you needed one, right?
Yeah. It was, yeah, good one. That was a good one.
25-year-old John Henry needed this challenge. Awesome. Once again, John Henry, head basketball coach here at William Penn, getting ready for the season, starting up this weekend at the Governor's State tournament in Chicago. You have East-West, not North-South, East-West. A team that we haven't played in a long time, but it'll be an interesting challenge them, and then possibly either Governor State or IU Kokomo on Saturday. We'll keep tabs on the team. Statesmanathletics.com is your source for all William Penn news, as well as all of our social media channels. Download our app. But best of luck, Coach. We're excited to see how this year goes along.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me.